Hey everybody, this is Jigsaw for webacinema.com. That's right, .com, no longer .ning.com, it's .com. Doing my video review for the new game, Transformers War for Cybertron. Now, in the past, we've experienced, well, tragedy is an understatement in the Transformers. I mean, the games have completely sucked. Michael Bay has raped everyone's childhood, and God forbid he's going to do it in the future, but we all know he is. But I was skeptical when I first heard War for Cybertron because the Revenge of the Fallen game was a piece of shit. But I went into the game a little bit optimistic. Then I heard from friends that it was a good game. So I tried the demo, and needless to say, I was actually pretty addicted. The game is a complete branch off from the Michael Bay movie world. So you have the G1, which is the Generation 1 saga, about the war on Cybertron before it came to Earth. So you get to play as not only the Decepticons, and you get to play as the Autobots as well, and you get to play through the different various, the two arcs of the storyline. Not like they're parallel. That actually, the beginning of the campaign is all Decepticon, which leads into the all Autobots campaign, which is really cool how they did that. So it's not like a parallel, like two separate stories. It's all one story, just told from different perspectives. So I thought that was really cool. First off, the voice acting of a lot of the old voice actors from the first cartoon series we all grew up and loved back, which is amazing. It's great to hear the old Optimus Prime. It's great to hear the old Starscream. It's great to hear the old Megatron as they dish out their classic lines. Now, the gameplay-wise, it's very fluid. The transforming is mapped to the left stick, which is just one click and you transform, which is really handy. The layout is very similar to normal shooters, also to Gears of War. It's got very Gears of War-esque elements in it, like when a cinematic event happens in-game, you press a button to view the event no matter what. The camera will pan to that, which I really thought was cool, because I've always liked that in Gears, and it was nice to see that in another game, so in case you miss something, it does direct you. Missions are not as varied as I would have liked them to be. There's defense parts where you have to defend like certain areas, and there's also just basically run for your life. There's highway scene where you're driving, and then there's basically just shoot them. But a lot of it is just get from point A to point B and survive, and that's your whole objective. Weapons are very varied, which is really nice. And the different Autobots, they're not just like, they transform in the car and have the same powers. Each one has a specific skill, which is really nice to see, and I really enjoyed seeing different characters have different powers and different looks to their vehicles. And once you get familiar with the campaign, you beat it. The campaign's actually pretty long. Each one lasts about 6 to 8 hours, so you actually have a solid core campaign. Moving to the multiplayer area, you have your normal stuff. You have like team deathmatch and with their twists on it, of course, and then you have battles with the vehicles. It's very fluid how it works out with the multiplayer transforming and all that. You level up much like a Call of Duty system, and you earn more stuff for the character you play. So it's based on your playstyle. So if you play as the Jet, you're going to earn more stuff for the Jet. If you play as the cars, you get more stuff for that. I would have liked a little bit more customizable option than just color changes and being able to pick the avatar. I would have liked to be able to design the Jet, maybe add stuff on it, but that's really minor stuff. My really biggest concern with the game was, you can change the layout, but the default layout, for those who get used to it, the left thumbstick, in the heat of combat, your finger can slip and you can accidentally transform when you don't want to transform. And it's really frustrating sometimes, but the boss battles at the end are awesome. They're big and they're epic. The storyline really pulls it all together and really makes you wanting more by the end. The multiplayer holds it together. You have game modes I didn't even touch on game modes like Escalation, which is like a Nazi zombies with Transformers. It really brings a full Transformers package, and it really is the Arkham Asylum of this year. It is that sleeper hit that nobody expected to see coming, and it really proved a good game. If you're a Transformers fan, or just a shooter fan, I really do suggest picking up this game, at least for a try, because it is a fantastic game from what I played, with only very minor problems that can be easily dealt with no problem. So I give Transformers War for Cybertron a 4.5 out of 5.